It doesn't have to be Lewandowski. It doesn't have to be the experienced boys in this Barcelona side. It can be the youngsters too. So hopefully Lamine Yamal puts himself into contention not only for a LaLiga title, a Copa del Rey title, for a Champions League title. Maybe there's a bigger trophy on a personal occasion that he'll be up for grabs for this year as well. Obviously, the way the title looks right now, with them sitting pretty at the top of the table, I mean, we know Real Madrid and what they're going to do between now and the end of the season and where their focus might be. But for Barcelona in particular, that victory right there creates enough of a gap between themselves and Atlético Madrid. Let's not forget, they've still got that game in hand still to come. I find it hard to bet against Barcelona now, I really do.
So, I mean, just to kind of break this whole match down, you can never count this Barcelona team out. It seems like every time they go down, this team doesn't feel the same pressure. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that so many young players that, don't really know how to react to that type of pressure and just play football, or what it is, but it's an incredible side, an incredible attacking side that is never dead. It just seems like they're never dead in any single match.
Yeah, even at 2-0 down in a game, obviously Hansi Flick has installed some sort of confidence within this group, and also let's not forget the fact that they did have some sort of an advantage with the Champions League being played on Tuesday. Relatively easy game for them against Benfica. And then, of course, Atleti had to go to extra time and penalty kicks in their game a day later. So fresher minds, fresher legs give them the opportunity to maybe go a little bit more so in the closing stages of the game. But they were 2-0 down in the 70-minute mark. So what does that tell you about the mentality that Hansi Flick has installed in this group? We've talked about Barcelona for a long period of time now. How good are they? What could they potentially win this season? Are they good to win the Champions League? Are they good enough to do that? I think they are. They're not far away from it. And right now, what we're witnessing is every single player is really competing. Even though they were 2-0 down, I don't feel like they deserve to be 2-0 down. They were very much in this game and they had their opportunities to potentially get back in the game. But the goal from Lewandowski, Stefano, that was the important goal. That gave them hope and realisation. We're well and truly back in this game. To score so quickly after going 2-0 down, that's massive, especially when you're out down the pitch.
If you're Barcelona and you look at this, obviously this just has to fill you with motivation moving forward. And they feel like they're never out of any single game. But also when you look at they're in all of these competitions, they must feel like we can win every single one when they win a match like that, proving that they can do it against any team at any time. It doesn't matter the deficit.
It's beautiful to watch. And across the Spanish league right now, especially with Real Madrid giving opportunity to other teams and, of course, getting back into the battle. Barcelona were so far away from them, and then all of a sudden back into that title race. Atleti have somehow managed to maintain, even though they've not necessarily always been at their best this season. They've relied heavily. It was 18 goals now from substitutes for Atleti this season, with Sorlof's goal to make it 2-0, which is a crazy statistic, but also tells you there's late goals in games. And we witnessed that also in Copa del Rey, which is teeing up for a second leg that we should all look forward to as well. I just think that Barcelona have this next gear. And we were talking about the substitutes, which bench is stronger between Real Madrid, Atlético Madrid and Barcelona on yesterday's scoreline show. And I really believe that Barcelona has some sort of momentum from their benches. We know what Atleti have done. They're leading the way as far as subs go. There's no doubt that having Sorloth on the bench and the money spent on him, that's ridiculous to be able to bring off. But the fact that Barcelona could bring Ferran Torres off the bench and have the impact he had is really, really special. The guy came off the bench. He only played 23 minutes. He got himself a couple of goals. He was 91% accuracy in his passing, and he was the difference maker in this game between Barcelona taking a draw and Barcelona winning the game. The youngsters are playing well for Hansi Flick. The experienced boys never give up. The quality of service is absolutely sublime from Rafinha, especially for them to get back into the game in that 2-2. I just think they're so dangerous. You can never, ever rule them out.
You mentioned Hansi Flick. Credit to him, obviously, to have this team believing that even down 2-0 in several games, how they just have that never say die attitude. But I wanted to talk about Lamine Yamal, because Lamine Yamal, once again, obviously fortunate with the deflection, but once again makes a massive play in a massive moment in a game that could really be a title decider at the very end of the day if you look at it. And to put this Atletico team away now, Lamine Yamal continues to show that he's not just a special player, he might be a generational player.
I think we're witnessing once again another superstar coming through La Masia and into the first team that's changing a generation for Barcelona. We've witnessed what they've gone through recently, Barcelona, with their financial struggles. They're out of their stadium right now, playing in foreign territory before they eventually get back to the new camp. I'm just really impressed with the fact that the youngsters have had their opportunity and they're taking their chance. This guy is a little bit different. This guy is special, he's unique, he's different. We know he's a dangerous player, especially scoring goals this season. Crazy to think of him. He's almost at 100 games wins for Barcelona across all competitions. He's 17 years old. He's already won a European Championship for his country, and now he's chasing titles, obviously, with Barcelona. I just think he's so special. He's so unique. He's so different. Is there one one statistic that I'd like to see improve him on? And that would be the goals. I would like to see more goals because I think he's got that individual selfishness within him and quality to back it up, that we could see him be a little bit more selfish in front of goal. He often has the opportunity of laying off. We saw obviously in the most recent games, especially in the Champions League against Benfica, outside of the boot. I sometimes want to see him be a bit more selfish. I want to see him go himself and really grab this team and push them forward. It doesn't have to be Lewandowski. It doesn't have to be the experienced boys in this Barcelona side. It can be the youngsters too. So hopefully Lamine Yamal puts himself into contention not only for a LaLiga title, a Copa del Rey title, for a Champions League title. Maybe there's a bigger trophy on a personal occasion that he'll be up for grabs for this year as well.
Interesting. I like it. I want to go to the other side because Atletico Madrid going from aspirations to win the Champions League, aspirations to win La Liga, to having probably two of the most painful back-to-back losses that any team could imagine, crashing out of Champions League, and now their La Liga title hopes are in trouble, to be nice, right? How do they come back from this? Does Simeone have anything left to give this team to bring them back from two just absolutely gut-wrenching losses?
It's been a good season for Atleti, though. It's been a very good season. I think they have an excuse to the fact that their game went into extra time and penalty kicks. I think obviously they have an excuse that they have really run ragged a lot of their squad players, including the players who are coming off the bench. I mean, they look tired in the closing stages, especially in the second half. When you go 2-2, it's almost impossible to be able to maintain for a long period of time. But they're such a dangerous team. I mean, Atleti, especially at home, are very difficult to beat. That's their first loss this campaign, so let's not forget about that at home. They don't concede many goals. They've conceded 12 goals this season at home, 4 in this game. So something wasn't quite right. They were fatigued in this matchup. How do they come back now? They've got to rebound very quickly. The international break probably comes at the right time for them. They have the second leg to look forward to, of course, against Atleti in Copa del Rey, against Barcelona in Copa del Rey. I just think that this Atleti team is doing something special this season under Simeone. They're fun to watch. They're exciting to watch. It'll be a real shame if Atleti don't take a trophy home this season. And I think they do get one. That Copa del Rey might be their best opportunity now, especially with that defeat now at home against Barca.
But they have to go through Barcelona once again. Once again, they have to go through Barcelona to be able to lift that trophy. So we'll have to see.
Crazy.
Wait and see just how it's going to happen for Atletico Madrid. But what a match that was. And,
that was class.
Bravo to Barcelona because it was improbable to say the least. And they get that 4-2 win.